This program is brought to you by Community Trust Bank, Medical City, Bid Select, and the Neely School of Business at TCU. Welcome to Platforms, the life-lifting news program for women. Now, here's your host, Shivaun Palmer.
Hey, welcome back everybody to Platforms, the life-lifting news program for women. In this next segment, we're going to talk to Lyn Walsh and Beverly Branch again, who co-found an exciting new product called Dromeo for pain relief. Ladies, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not only are they major philanthropists, but they were also saving our joints. So let's talk in this next segment how you came up with this product. First, it's a very interesting name, Dromeo. Lyn, what does that mean?
That means emu in Spanish.
Emu in Spanish. Okay, there must be a connection here with emu, so we'll talk about that in just a moment. But the product line under Dromeo, what kind of products do you guys offer?
We offer emu oil, which is a wonderful oil. It's an edible oil, actually.
It's edible?
It is edible.
Okay.
And it's got the fatty 3 acids, which is it's so good. They just had a segment on the Today Show about the breast cancer being 35% less in people that were taking the fatty 3 acids, which is fish oil. Emu oil has the same components.
Same components, so that's significant. What made you decide to kind of go down this journey? Now, Bev, you got some interesting story. Why don't you share with our audience your background? You were a very accomplished athlete, and then at the age of 23, you had some kind of a life-changing news. Why don't you share with us what happened?
Well, I taught myself when I was 12 how to play racquetball, and that took me, jumped me way above the ahead of the curve for everyone else coming around through racquetball that time. And so I was ranked 4th in the country.
4th in the country.
And then I was diagnosed. Actually, I began to have trouble walking. And so, long story short on that, it took them 5 years to diagnose me with multiple sclerosis.
How old were you when you had the MS diagnosis?
25.
25, okay.
Yeah, so I started the difficulties about 21, 25, they finally decided what it was. And so then that changed my chapter in my life. You know, I just moved on to the next thing and moved into a family business that is 100 years old this year, Branch Smith. Had a great time working with my mother, and because when you have MS, there's just different complications that come along. And so working with a family was a great blessing.
Support system.
Super support, great blessing. And then the Dromeo product, I can relate so much to pain that it was a
kind of a natural progression for you to get involved with. Well, also
sense.
you have an amazing story about your great-grandfather. This man was remarkable. He was the founder of Branch Smith, which I believe is, you're celebrating your 100th year in 2010. And for our audience also, I think it's remarkable. Branch Smith also won the very coveted Malcolm Baldrige Award.
Right, in 2002.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, and the Aaron Smith was my great-grandfather. He was born without arms or hands.
He was born without arms or hands? Okay.
And he typed with his toes. He wrote with a pen in his mouth. And he became a writer. He was a lawyer by the age of 20, but gave that up because he had to carry his law books to court, and that was impossible to do, and he had to have too much help to do that. So he just loved to write, of all things. So he started the publishing business. Turned into a printing business, and now we're 100 years old, which is remarkable that man had the insight
accomplished
to start.
all the things. What a legacy for you.
Yeah, very
so I
special.
guess just within your family, and it's a 4th-generation business now, I mean, kind of giving up or not feeling like you can get around obstacles is just not in your DNA, I don't think.
Now, I think when Aaron Smith did what he did, I don't have any room to complain. You know, I see where there's just always that opening door to something else, and I try to look for. That's what people say. Do you miss racquetball? No, I don't. And because it opened up to being in a wonderful family business, which I love. It was a huge blessing, and now I'm in another chapter, and that's working with Dromeo, working with the foundation, and so it's very special.
Great. Lyn, let's get back to, I know you have a medical background. These ladies are multi-talented. They're Renaissance women. I mean, I'm just mastering English, and they've got multiple lives here. But talk about just how you went down this journey to research this product for chronic pain, and you use it for cancer patients, people with neuropathy, people with MS. I mean, it's remarkable how this is growing throughout the country.
Well, my background is hematology and immunohematology, so I spent many years in a laboratory, and once I heard about the emu products or what emu oil did and the components of it, and other people were making analgesics also, but they didn't put the amount of the oil in there that we do, and they just didn't have all the other ingredients that we felt were needed to balance out the products. So we went down that avenue, and we raised emus, and it's a great product. It's been used in patients with neuropathy because it's a natural anti-inflammatory and it's hypoallergenic. The other thing about emu oil is, and our product is that we have a therapeutic body lotion, and it is unscented. So we
in that
use it on the
therapy with
chemo
chemo.
patients because they cannot tolerate scents a lot of times. And the analgesic product that we have is great for neuropathy. It helps the swelling, and it's deep penetrating. The penetration of emu oil, it's our special delivery system that not any other products have.
Yeah, emu oil is also one of the deepest penetrating oils that there is.
Why is that? Just from the chemical makeup of the oil or something? Why does it?
Yes, it has the components that are able to penetrate the skin of humans, and your nails and your hair.
So it carries all the way down to the bone. And we have people say, I can feel the heat going all the way down, instead of just staying as a topical on the skin.
You know, when somebody wants to launch a product, particularly going through FDA or whatever, but when you, from start to finish, when you did the studies and then brought this wonderful product to market, how long was it overall?
It took about a year and a half.
Year and a half. And then you started testing it at like home and garden shows, and people would try it. What kind of feedback? It was quite remarkable, the feedback you got almost immediately.
Absolutely. I mean, we were talking like 95% of the people came back and purchased this product.
We would always try to get it on them. We'd say, you know, we don't just hand out samples, because you do have to feel the difference of this product. And so people would rub it on their neck or their knee or their back or their elbow or their hands, and they would walk down the aisle and they would come back and buy it 9 out of 10 times. And we were just floored. I mean, we knew it worked, but to have that amount of numbers of people coming back and forth was really important.
Right.
And then, of course, we've sold it all online all over the country because people pass it on.
Absolutely.
And the reason we took it to the Home and Garden Show is because we were given a booth for the foundation, and we didn't want to just sit there and put a bowl out and ask people to
Ask
put
for
money.
donations or
So
whatever.
we thought, well, we'll earn it just like we've always earned everything else, and we would give the profit to the foundation.
Ladies, hold that thought. We're going to go to break, but when we come back, we'll continue our conversation about this wonderful product. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Shivaun Palmer with The Platforms, the life-lifting news program for women. We'll be back in a moment.